Welcome back, everyone. This is Super Kelly Brothers Podcast, episode 217 for the 20th of August 2023. My name's Sloan Kelly.
My name's Jody Kelly.
How are you doing?
Fine, how are you?
Broken?
Oh, yes. Oh, you've been busy, haven't you? I was busy,
today.
actually. I was doing a bit of DIY as well.
Did you do it to Endless Loop of DIY by Peter Gabriel? That's
No,
his lost all the years.
I know. I should have done. But you've been doing a bigger scale DIY thing than I have.
Yes.
Building a shed.
Built a shed. Yeah. I mean, it was one of those plastic Keter ones, but still,
don't put yourself down. It's a shed. It's
a fair amount of. I recharged the cordless drill 3 times, so
man points.
Luckily, I had 2 batteries, so it didn't stop the workflow. Yesterday, I was like, let's just get this done, because it's like if we break now, then that's it. It's going to be a nightmare tomorrow. And of course, we didn't break, and we did break, sorry, and then we had to finish it off today. But it was, oh my god, it's so painful. It's just because it's the same repetitive thing over and over again, just putting stuff in the walls.
I'm just glad you made the podcast, because last time you put your back out, you're paralysed.
Well, the other thing as well is when we were building the shed itself, the parts of it are actually really light. Yeah, it's when you pull it, when everything gets pulled together, that's when the rigidity comes into it, because it makes.
We're talking rigidity.
We're talking rigidity here.
Rigidity.
But yeah, it's I'm very broken though. very, very much broken.
Hard work does that to you when you're not used to it.
Yeah. Because I just work in an office right there, in fact.
In an office.
Office there.
And a chair swivel away from your office.
I am, yeah.
Basically.
You were doing the old DIY?
I was modifying a cupboard so that it's very boring. So that we could hang clothes and across the way, rather than in. The cupboard, the rail went inside, so it was like really difficult to kind of get stuff. So I've hung it
90 degrees to
in front of
the actual thing.
Yeah,
nice. That's great.
Yeah. And cut back the kind of shelves and stuff so that could happen.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it.
Did you use a handsaw?
I had to in this kind of more sensitive parts, but I've got a bloody. Did I show you? I've shown everyone this, but I've got an electric saw. Oh, that's good.
Oh, is it the little short blade ones?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're so good. Reciprocal saws.
Brilliant. Oh, absolutely brilliant.
That's through butter and metal.
40 quid.
We had
absolutely brilliant.
We had to cut through a couple of bolts, and they were like about, I would say, 3/4 of an inch thick. The bolts. Just got the metal blade, like butter.
Listen, guys. If you get the right tools,
it makes all the difference. I mean, it doesn't have to be expensive stuff either. I mean, ours is just I
think that's electric saw was 40 quid or something.
No, it wasn't expensive. Yeah,
literally.
Yeah, we've used that a lot actually. That electric saw, mostly for taking things down.
And for what it's worth, the best tools I've bought recently. This was kind of lockdown when I was bored and I was just breaking stuff up or burning it or whatever.
Yeah,
cutting things.
Go on.
American Psycho style.
I'm recording.
It was weird. I was breaking up my patio, and for what it's worth, that electric saw, the crowbar, and a big ass sledgehammer. That was my things.
These are the tools that I know this is a bit weird, but a wrecking bar of some kind. Yeah. You need a pry bar, wrecking bar, whatever it is, because at some point you will need it.
Honestly, brilliant.
And it's amazing the power of the lever.
And I've got
millennia.
And I've got a great drill now. We're talking drills.
Drills. What have you got? A Makita? Or I've got a DeWalt, which is okay.
It's a DeWalt.
Yeah.
They're brilliant. Wow.
Yeah. Mine's really old, so it's got the battery pack weighs about 4 kilos. So it's not basically this arm's like Popeye's arm, and this eye's like this weedy wee thing is like that.
It's not like the really old one that's like Ghostbusters, the battery pack.
Right up the side of something.
Not like that.
No, not like that at all.
Never cross the streams, your drills.
No, exactly.
We've never crossed our drill bits.
No, we'd never do that. We'd never do that. Actually, we've got. So I only saw the outtakes, but I sent you a draft of the outtakes. Do you want me to put that up on the channel in the shorts?
Definitely. Okay. So it's basically Sloane's phone put this together.
It was the phone occasionally memories of whatever it was, and it was
and it's bizarrely it's mostly outtakes of our road trip that we did earlier on in the year, and it's really good. And it's to this the I don't know if you need to change the music, Rome, if you want to. It doesn't matter, does it?
Was it Rome?
Yeah, the B-52s. Aye, which is pretty appropriate.
That album.
So I've heard that song so much this week for some reason. Don't know why.
Love it.
Weird. It's great, and it really goes well with it. Fantastic.
Better than Shiny Happy People, that's for sure.
Oh, definitely. So we're going to put that up, I think, aren't we? Or
yes. I'll put it up. I'll put it up tonight.
Cool.
The tea.
Oui.
Well, unfortunately, as usual, we start off with sad news. Ron Cephas Jones, 66, again, no age. Famous. I think most people know him from This Is Us, but I remember him from like Luke Cage. He was in a couple of things as well, and I can't remember what he was in, but most people know him from This Is Us. He was Sterling K. Brown's dad in the show.
Well, a great show, really great show, very emotional show.
With Rocky. Rocky's in it as well.
Balboa.
Milos. What's his name? Feminingi.
It's easy for you to say.
I know.
Who?
Milo Feminingi, whatever his name is. What's his name?
I don't
know. Anyway.
What you talking about, Willis?
Ron Cephas Jones, anyway, 66. That's too young. That's not an age. It's not an age you want people to disappear from the planet.
Sad news.
Yeah. In other sad news, we also lost one of the talking greats, Michael Parkinson.
Yeah.
I was thinking about him the other day there. He reminds me of a day of the week.
Really?
Tuesday. Tuesday sounds like a word that Michael Parkinson would say. I don't know why, but Tuesday. It's so weird thing. Every time I think of Tuesday, I always think Michael Parkinson. I don't know why. And when it was Tuesday, what?
It wasn't on a Tuesday, though.
No, I know, but just I can imagine him saying it. I can imagine like his face, his mouth, the shape of his mouth, saying Tuesday.
Are you getting mixed up with? Was it Michael Aspel?
No, definitely not. No, Michael Parkinson, Parky. I remember. I can
just the way he says Tuesday.
Just the way he says Tuesday. Tuesday looks like the way that he says it to me.
Oh. I'll tell you who'd be gutted, by the way. Billy Connolly.
Billy Connolly, yeah.
He's a massive friend, and they had a big friendship. And I was watching a thing about the Band on the Run. In fact, I'll talk about it later. But it's the cover of Band on the Run. The Paul McCartney Wings album. Michael Parkinson's on the cover of that album. He's one of the characters. Aye.
Wow.
Yeah. Which is quite
that's kind of
coincidental.
Yeah. Billy Connolly was on with Emu as well.
Yes.
And the controversial thing, if that touches you, it'll break its neck and you're on.
Classic.
He just went like that. It was fun.
Oh man, honestly, brilliant, absolutely brilliant, legendary, and you know it's like
because Rod Hall had a penchant for doing the old
grabbing
people from and all that kind of stuff, and it's not the beak of an emu that's doing it.
No, I know exactly.
Which is why Billy Connolly said that famous line on Parkinson.
Yeah. But Parky was like, there was so many people like Muhammad Ali, total legends from back in the day.
And yet they chose Victoria and David Beckham for this shot.
I know, of all the people.
Of all the people that have ever appeared on his show, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, I put him up there with Dick Cavett. I reckon he's the British Dick Cavett.
If you ever go to YouTube, go and do a search for Dick Cavett. He did. Who was it he interviewed? Was it Jackie Gleason? I think it was Jackie Gleason. But it was like an hour-long interview he did with him, and it's fascinating. Anyway,
he did. What do you call him? Oh God!
This is the Knights of the Round Table here. Sir Michael Parkinson, Sir David Attenborough, and Sir Billy Connolly.
Yeah. The Marx Brothers. What do you call them?
Oh, Groucho.
Groucho Marx. Yeah.
I've got a fun story about Groucho Marx.
Have you?
Yes. So Alice Cooper, the Hollywood sign was in disarray, and Alice Cooper found out about it and said, "How much does it cost to fix up the letters?"
Right.
And they said, "Oh, we're doing an auction, and you can buy one for $27,000, but you got to pay the ongoing maintenance for it." And he goes, "I'll buy the letter O," because I think at the time Groucho Marx had just died, and he was a huge pal of Alice Cooper. So he bought the O for Groucho.
Okay.
For him. Well, not for him, but because he's like, this is like everyone sees the Hollywood sign. It's you got to keep it.
Well,
he owns a letter. Spielberg owns a letter, and a whole bunch.
Really, I did not know that.
Yeah. There's a that Alice did years back.
So they're all responsible for each letter, the maintenance of it.
Yes.
Right, okay.
So it's like sponsor a highway type thing.
So we know
adopt a highway.
Well, we know who's doing better than others if one of the letters.
That's right. Yeah, if one of the letters just falls off and just slips down the hillside, and takes out somebody on Sunset Boulevard.
It's probably good that there's not an R in it, because it's terrible when your R's fell off.
That's right, especially in the high winds.
Blow off. R's blow off. Oh, damn it. You know what I was going for.
I'll tell you something, you don't want a big D sailing off and floating off down the Sunset Boulevard.
You certainly do not.
That's right. No. So anyway, yeah, Parky's unfortunately
so
no longer with us.
It's been funny there.
The fine line between clever and stupid.
That's true, very true. And that was a great example of
it. Box office. Honey fooling. Box office. Blue Beetle. 25 million debut, but it still knocks Barbie off the top spot.
It did?
Yep.
Whoa.
Ends cool. Barbie's 4-week streak.
Wow.
Did anyone see this shot here? Did anyone else get a kind of Iron Man / Yellow Jacket type feels?
Yeah, I think there's a whole scene in it when he, it's in the trailer really, when he first uses his suit. It's pretty much Iron Man. Unfortunately, they did it before, and
yeah.
But it's getting really, it's doing really well on the Rotten Tomatoes. It's getting really good reviews. I think it's quite a wholesome movie and stuff, but it's just the fact that unfortunately a lot of the stuff we've seen before, but it's still getting really, solid reviews.
Is this fan a keeper?
Which is good.
Which is good. Is this a keeper? Is this going to be part of the DC EU moving forward, or is James Gunn just going to be like, no, this is one and done, mate. Thanks very much for playing.
Nah, I think this. Well, wait a minute. Is this the first one of James Gunn's?
I don't know. I don't know, because when did he get? He came on board about a year ago or something, and this must have been in production for a good couple of years.
Oh, no, Superman Legacy will be his first.
Superman will be the Legacy, yeah.
That'll be his first.
Yeah, Legacy is the first one, because it's
so this must be the last movie of the old
DCU.
Yeah.
So this might not be moving forward
then. No, although I suppose everything's changeable. If this makes $1 billion, James Gunn will be under pressure to make another one, probably.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure he'd probably be fine with. It's new. It's not attached to anything. It's saving the family. It's not saving the world, apparently. So it's not like a big scale, thing that we've had from DC in the past. So it's a little bit different in that sense. Unfortunately, the effects and some of the action sequences we've sort of seen before. So I'm not keen. I'm not like jumping out of my seat to go and see it. But from what I've heard, it sounds pretty good.
I'll probably see when it comes to Crave.
Yeah, is that where the Warner Brothers stuff goes?
Yeah, Crave. Yeah, because they've got the HBO rights and HBO put it on. So I'll see when it goes there.
I'll see it. Yeah.
This is the rundown of the movies. Obviously, the top one here is Barbie. Trying on the shrimp and the Barbie. Although
that's how Margot Robbie talks, actually.
Well, she would have said prawn because that's what they say in Australia. Shrimp is for the American audience because it was an Australian tourist board advert.
Interesting.
Notice it slowing down though.
A little bit, not that much though. To be fair,
I mean that's the peak there, and it's just
that's some trajectory though.
I know, it's crazy. It's at it's almost 1.3 billion just now. This is when you start to get into actually you only made $8 this is when it starts to count, I think, because then that's because you're getting into the kind of higher echelons of the movie up there. So yeah, 1.279832187 and 27 cents.
I read an interesting fact about the Mario movie, and it made $100 million or yen or $100 million, I think, in Japan, which is unheard of for a movie in Japan.
Oh, really?
Well, huge apparently.
Do they not go to the movies?
Big in Japan. Don't know, but apparently it's been like a phenomenon.
Oppenheimer did a wee uptick.
Yes. Well, it's set the bar again for what's the biggest Second World War movie, isn't it now?
Yeah.
But it's also the. Oh God, what is it?
Is it biggest
something
Chris
to do?
Nolan movie?
No. Chris Nolan did $1 billion with Dark Knight, I think, didn't he?
Okay.
I think. Aye, he did, because I think Barbie just passed that Dark Knight, didn't it?
Yeah.
Wow, 700 million.
Yeah, 700 million.
Wow, that's got to be one of his biggest, though. I think it's probably out with Batman. It's his biggest movie. I tell you, that's quite something considering it's a 3-hour long movie.
It's a 3-hour long movie. It's R-rated and 3-hour long movie and it's R-rated. That's quite impressive.
Yeah.
It's outperformed Fast 10 and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Wow. Who would have thought?
Just behind.
I would never have guessed that, I have to say.
This is the thing. So this is the thing that gets me is that PG-13, and somebody said this ages ago, and I agree with them, PG-13 has ruined movies. Because what would have been an R-rated movie, you now make a PG-13 because that gets bums on seats. And so all the stuff that you could do in an R-rated movie, you can't because you need to get bums on seats. And this time and again proves that if you put a good movie out there, people are going to go and see it. Deadpool, Deadpool 2, Joker. These are good movies, and people went to see them, and they're all R-rated. So it's
evolving. We're evolving.
Yeah.
But there you go. That says it there. Then Interstellar made 715 million. I'm amazed by these figures. Actually, Chris Nolan. I didn't realize he was making figures like this. 1.006 billion Dark Knight, and then Dark Knight Rises 1.08 billion.
Yeah. And it's
wow, Dark Knight
Rises
made more money than the Dark Knight. Wow.
And then
Inception
was 837 million.
I did not know that Chris Nolan was making those kind of numbers. Wow. I'll tell you what, we watched Inception a few months ago there. That's a great film.
Is it?
Really, really great.
Is it?
Aye. Do you not like it?
Apparently, I just don't get it. I've seen it. It's all right.
Watch it again, definitely.
No.
Yeah, definitely.
You know me, Jody. There's only one Leonardo DiCaprio movie that I watch on repeat. That's Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah. Okay. Have you seen Revenant?
No.
Oh, for God's sake!
I'm not.
Sometimes I wonder why we do a podcast like this.
Because I watch the TV shows that you don't watch. You watch the movies that I don't watch. See, that's it.
That's true. It works. It's yin and yang, isn't it?
I'm more of a TV kind of guy than a movie guy, and you're more of a movie guy than a TV guy. See?
All right. Maybe that's how it works then.
That's how it works.
I knew it worked somehow, but I couldn't work out how.
And also, the tagline is it's two brothers talking about something that they don't know anything about. And if this podcast has taught us time and again, that is a truth.
That is true. That is true, actually. Yeah, I mean, well, I'm impressed. I thought Dark Knight was his kind of biggest. There you go.
Yeah, I would have thought that as well, but no, it was Dark Knight.
Anyways, the guy's brilliant. You like Interstellar, though, don't you?
I do. Yeah.
Aye.
I like Interstellar. Murph. I like this stuff.
That's good.
I thought it was. I genuinely thought it was very Arthur C. Clarke-y.
Kubricky.
Mm-hmm. Kubrick. Well, no.
Arthur C. Clarke. I get you. Proper sci-fi.
Kubrick is more the here and now, whereas Clarke is like generational stuff. Yeah. And I love that kind of like because space is quite big. Mm-hmm. And it has to be generational. It can't be just this one person. So it makes sense to do that. I love that kind of stuff.
We've got to shout out to Jonathan Nolan as well. His brother.
Well,
writes all this stuff and wrote Westworld.
Bad news bears about that.
Oh, God, what? They fell out.
Well, let's skip ahead then. Since you mentioned you invoke Jonathan Nolan, The Peripheral has been cancelled at Amazon, despite the fact that season 2 was renewed in February this year. They've gone like, actually, you're okay. So it's gone. So this is Lisa Joy, is it? Yeah, Lisa Joy, Jonathan Nolan. It's been cancelled.
What was that based on? Was that a Philip K. Dick thing?
No, it was oh God, what's his name? The cyberpunk guy, William.
Gibson. Right. Okay.
Yeah. Right. Not a huge fan of Gibson, to be honest. I know him and Neil Stephenson's another one that people like. Snow Crash and all that kind of stuff.
What was the book that they adapted? The Keanu Reeves one. They adapted. No, sorry. Was it Equilibrium? The
What, the Christian Bale movie?
Christian Bale. Was that
William Gibson?
Was it Necromancer? Is that what was the one? Was it Keanu Reeves? I'm getting mixed up.
Equilibrium. Who's this by? Music. No, I don't think this is.
Is it Necromancer? That was one of Gibson's books, wasn't it?
Neuromancer.
The Neuromancer. Oh, yeah. Was that developed into film for Keanu? Or
I don't think it was. Oh, no, there was Johnny Mnemonic.
Is that the one? That's the one.
No, nothing like that.
That was it. That was the one. No. Well done.
I mean,
some memory.
Similar kind of things, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Right. Okay. I knew there was one.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a kind of a bit of that in Snow Crash as well with Neil Stephenson. But they've tried to make Snow Crash so many times. I think they did it as a TV show once. Didn't go well.
No.
But anyway. What was the other thing I was going to mention here? Yeah, so that's the box office. And the other one, the uptake was The Meg.
Wow.
The Meg went from 160 to almost doubled it.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe people are fed up with Barbie and they're going to see The Meg. I don't know.
That's weird.
I just thought it was weird. There was that
people
one, and the Oppenheimer one was a bit, that's strange.
Well, James's went to see The Meg, and I think he's got a soft spot for shark movies.
Does he have a lot of mates?
Seems to be. He's got a big family, right enough. So maybe that's the up spike.
James, I don't know if $160 million spending it is good.
No. I think he's got one of those cinema passes, so that's not gonna do it.
That's not gonna bombard that up.
No, it's not. But I'm surprised at that. Yeah. I mean, the biggest criticism I've seen of that is the fact that it's there's no sharks. It's called the Meg 2.
Meg's barely in it.
I enjoyed the Meg though.
Does someone at some point say "Shut up, Meg"?
No.
Aw.
I know. I don't think so.
Gutted.
No.
Gutted.
Yeah.
Let's move on to good news.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The Ahsoka premiere has been moved. Are you okay with this? I'm a bit worried.
Why?
First of all,
calm down.
They released. All right.
Take a breath first. Okay. Right. Go.
4 in, 6 out.
Are you okay?
Is it 6 in or 4 out? I think 6 in, you'd probably pass out. Anyway.
Depends what you're talking about, I suppose. You're still talking about breathing.
No, you do 1/1002. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Big breaths.
Anyway, big breaths are.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I say it is because they're putting the first 2 episodes in the opening night, and then they moved it forward. Now, they put how many episodes did they put in Secret Invasion? Was it 3? I can't remember how many it was. It was too many, and I was like, this is a bit weird.
That was 2.
Was it 2? Okay.
Or was it?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it was 3.
I only watched 2, so that's 3. Why I'm thinking it must have been 2.
Okay. Anyway, it feels wrong to if you're going to do it if you're going to do it weekly, just do it weekly. So that's why I was a bit kind of worried about it. But then they pulled it up a day, which is good because we're getting to see it a day early. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know.
But you know what the clever part is?
What?
It's not like Tuesday 8 a.m. in the morning. It's Tuesday 6 p.m. tea time.
Your time?
I think everybody's time. I think that's when it comes out. Your time, and then it comes out 6 p.m. here.
Oh right.
Yeah. So it's like
weird.
So it's like, that's kind of like prime time TV, really.
Yeah.
You just did your dinner and you settle down to watch that. And it could be an experiment, but
okay. Well, that's even more of my spidey senses are tingling if that's the case. Is that true? Oh yeah, so it is. 2-episode premiere of Ahsoka will now arrive Tuesday, August 22nd at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So 6 p.m. Pacific time is 8 p.m. my time.
Okay, well.
And every other one will appear on Tuesdays.
It's still prime
at
time.
6 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah, 6 p.m. Pacific time. It doesn't mention about in the UK though.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, I just assumed that, but 6 p.m.
I mean, 6 p.m. Pacific time is what are they? 3 hours? Are they? Yeah, they're 3 hours behind us. Hey Siri, what time is it in LA? Oh, she's not up.
Oh,
Alexa, what time is it in LA?
In Los Angeles, it's 1:39 p.m.
All right, they're 3 hours behind us. So that's 3 hours ahead. So that's 9 p.m. my time, which means it's still going to be the next day for you.
But it says Tuesday.
Yeah,
they can't change. They can't say it's going to be Wednesday. They're saying Tuesday at 6 p.m.
No, it says Tuesday 6 p.m. Pacific time.
Yeah.
That's Tuesday 6 p.m. at Pacific time, which means it's going to be 2 a.m. for you.
Well, Tuesday 6 p.m. I'm going to be sitting there with my Ahsoka doll, not that kind of doll. Calm down, and my cuddly doll.
I think
waiting there with my popcorn and that mother.
Let me see it. Let's see what it says in here.
Don't burst my bubble.
No, I don't know if it is. Is this going to be Digital Spy? Oh, go away. Hate cookies. Here are the last. Yeah, Pacific time. It just mentions Pacific time, so which means it's going to be Wednesday for you guys.
For God's sake!
It's the same. It's the same thing as. In fact, it's worse because it used to be midnight on the 23rd.
Well,
and
I'm working from.
Be a wee bit.
I'm working from home on Wednesday, so.
You're going to get up nice now and watch it.
That's what I usually do, but then it doesn't come out till 8:00 in the morning. Usually, like Mando.
Yeah, there you go. Premieres August 22nd, 6 p.m. PT in the US, and on August 23rd at 1 a.m. GMT. So that's worse. There you go. You heard it here first, folks.
That is worse.
An exclusive.
It's better. It's better if you live in some places, but worse than others.
That's right. So if you live in
or the same, really,
slightly. But the thing is, it's 9:00 at night. I mean, the whole point was that you finish your work and you're like, all right, great, I've got Ahsoka to watch, which is fine if you live in the Pacific Coast.
Well, to me, it should have been.
They're having a bad time, so
Yeah. Well, to me, it should have been, across the board, 6 p.m. That's it,
Yeah.
Because to me, that's a great time to have it on. You're sitting, you've had your dinner.
But you can sit and watch it, and it's just a day later. That's all.
I know, but it focuses everybody, to sit down and watch it at a decent time instead of,
Yeah, but the thing is, they can't have it. So 6:00, your time is like, what was that? You're 5 hours there, and then another 8. So you're 8 hours ahead of them. So if you watch it at 6:00 your time, that's only 10:00 in the morning Pacific time.
Mm-hmm.
So that wouldn't fly.
I tell you what, though, I am buzzing for this show.
Yeah,
buzzing.
Yeah,
I think the trailers look immense. We missed. Was it last week we missed the Jedi trailer? Anakin in it.
I think so. Yeah, the one where he's talking to training people. Yeah,
so that's the kind of latest one. Yeah. It just looks. Everything about it looks amazing. Yeah. There was a premiere on Friday there, in LA. So
nobody went.
So there was a certain amount invited to it, and it's getting great reviews.
Was it influencers? So we weren't invited, obviously, because we weren't there.
Well, we couldn't make it. I couldn't make it.
That's true.
You couldn't make it.
No. Well, I had a shit to put up.
You did.
Yeah.
I think I was rearranging my sock drawer, so I couldn't make it. I was curling my hair. No, but the people that went, that were invited, and they
loved it.
They get shown the first 2 episodes like we're going to get, and they, yeah,
cool.
I think there was some pacing things, but then you could say that about Mando as well.
I know.
A lot of walking. There's no
walking
really,
and talking.
There's no need to be,
Yeah.
Well, just the walking thing, instead of going right, we're going here, and it shows them walking there.
Why do they never park closer?
There's got to be a reason.
Maybe.
Sometimes I think it's. I mean, they'll do it though. They'll do it in Rogue One. Ben Mendelsohn, he parks.
That's right.
Miles away.
Yeah, it's true.
In the opening scene.
You'd think in his case though, it would be much more intimidating to land right beside it.
Right on the building.
Right on the building.
Crushing it to bits.
Well, you should have reinforced your building.
And then ask questions later.
That's right, yeah. And then get the guys with the scrambled. Those guys.
Oh, I like them.
I like them as well. Netflix. Netflix has got an Alien docuseries. I actually went. I thought Night Sky was coming back. I'm so excited. Excited. And it's not. Oh, by the way, if you're listening, Jeff, now that you've cancelled the Peripheral, that means you get some spare money. Maybe you could throw it the way of Night Sky. Just saying.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Can we get a second season of that?
Oh, yeah. It teased it
because I want to see what
in
happens
that last
in the dome.
yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
For a TV show that only you and me watched.
Well, that end scene, you get a taster for what? Vum credits.
Yeah.
Oh, this has been cancelled.
Do you think they'll cancel Hello Tomorrow, or has that already been cancelled?
It wouldn't surprise me. Hello Tomorrow's a Apple thing. So.
It is, yeah. Will there be? They have yet to decide.
Hello Tomorrow had. I don't know. It didn't really go anywhere for me.
I thought it was, I thought it was going to go someplace else, and it was a lot of that kind of teasing type thing, but no payoff towards the end. And I feel it's just kind of.
Did you watch that one on Apple TV about the cabinet that turns up from nowhere and it tells you what your
That's the Chris O'Dowd one.
Yes, it tells you what your occupation should be. That your kind of calling should be. Yeah, that was pretty good. But again, it was a bit kind of they've got this idea, but they don't know where it's going to go, and it's pretty obvious. So.
Do you think they could make Twilight Zone episodes like these? I feel like some of these things could be 45 minutes and done.
Yeah, like Lost was as well. They had this great idea, but they didn't really know how it was going to end or nothing.
Yeah.
And JJ said that's the kind of mystery box thing. It's like maybe you don't want it to ever end, and maybe the in your head is never going to be as good as my reveal.
That's true,
type thing.
Yeah.
And I told you this before, but J.J. Abrams bought a mystery box, and it was full of wonder and blah blah blah. Yeah. He's never opened it to this day because in his head is much better than when he opens that box. He's going to be disappointed. So in his head,
it's like Schrodinger's.
Like, what could it be?
Yeah.
Is much more exciting and enticing than.
Does it sound like there's something in it, or does it just when he shakes it, it's just it's empty?
Imagine it's just an empty box.
It's just an empty box. Anyway, so getting back to anyway.
Oh yeah, I forgot what I talked
about. Steven Spielberg, Amblin TV, Boardwalk Pictures, and Vice Studios. There you go. That's a recipe for disaster. That the more production companies you have involved in something. There's a documentary series called Encounters, which you've watched.
Yeah, because it was on Sky.
Okay.
It was on. It was a big deal actually. This documentary. It's very, very sort of well-rounded and what's the word? It's a really well put together documentary. It's really.
This is the same thing that we went through before the show.
No, it's really. It sort of brings everything together. Obviously,
ties the room together like a rug.
Yeah, it does. But it's really well done, and it's like the history of it doesn't say that aliens are well, I suppose it does kind of say that aliens are kind of, but it does it in a kind of methodical way that you understand it.
Is the alien guy in it the guy with the hair?
He is.
He's not, is he?
Oh, the George Thingy guy. Yeah. No, I don't think he's in it. It's co-produced by J.J. Abrams.
No, that's not him. He's someone else. George.
But it's comprehensive. That's the word I was trying to find there. It's a really comprehensive.
Giorgio.
No, he's not.
Tsoukalis.
No, because see all that kind of sensationalized stuff. It's basically a documentary about the facts that we know.
Do you know who I always thought he looked like?
See that particular picture there on the right hand side.
Yeah,
he just looks like a crazy man.
Yeah, I think he looks like.
Yeah. It does. It does.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Is that Deep Space Nine?
No, it's not. It's Babylon 5.
Babylon
There's a
5.
deep cut.
Right, okay.
Yeah, Babylon 5. He always reminds me of Veer from Babylon 5.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think my cat needs out.
Oh, is he?
Do you know what? Last week he spoiled this podcast because he kept wanting out.
That's right. Yeah.
Right. 2 seconds.
You go and do that. I'm going
to stick him out.
I'll stall.
Literally 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Yeah. Well, I was looking forward to this now, and now I'm not. Oh well. I still want to see Night Sky 2. So if you can bring back some Sissy Spacek and some J.K. Simmons, that'd be great. Thanks, Jeff Bezos.
So it's worth watching. I think it's only 4 episodes, but they're like an hour long, and it's the true history of how where aliens. We are with the belief in aliens.
Aliens and Veer from Babylon 5's in it.
Yeah.
Controversy Babylon 5. Bradley Cooper, Leonard Bernstein of the famous Bears. His family's defending the actor over his nose. So apparently, I couldn't in a lineup here, but apparently he had a bit of a big nose.
But see this is an example of where we are in society today.
Yeah,
online.
To be honest, when I looked at this picture, I was like, "Is that Bradley Cooper?" I actually thought the prosthetics were good because they've moved his cheekbones up.
Yep.
And they've done some with his chin as well. And he really doesn't look like him. He does look like that aged guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it looked pretty good. So anyway, Carey Mulligan's in it, famous British actor.
So it is. I didn't recognise her either.
You didn't recognise her either. Exactly.
No.
See, that's how I hope this wins an Oscar for best makeup.
Yes,
that would be funny.
You know what people are.
They're saying it's anti-Semitic.
Saying that his nose is too big.
Yeah. They're saying it's anti-Semitic. And his family are going like, no, he had a big nose.
Yeah.
People have big nose. Jimmy Durante famously had a big nose.
So we're to sort of
schnoz.
So we're to sort of airbrush everything.
Do you know who else
in history now these days?
Do you know who else has got a big nose? Snoopy.
Snoopy, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Snoopy had a big nose. Do you know who else has got a big nose?
Brian. Barbara Streisand.
Barbara Streisand. Oh my God.
Imagine her.
Out of this.
Well, can you imagine her biopic and then folk complain about it? I mean, nobody complained about Freddie Mercury's big teeth in the movie.
I think a lot of people complained about Freddie Mercury's big teeth. They said it was ridiculous about his big teeth. Let me just have a look.
He's got big teeth, though.
I know.
So come on.
Teeth. Controversy.
Big teeth.
Freddie Mercury. He had more teeth than your average singer. Freddie's distinctive grin was a result of having 4 extra teeth in the back of his mouth, which pushed his front teeth forward. He always refused to have his teeth fixed, fearing it would affect his vocal ability.
That's right.
So there you go. So that's why.
There you go.
And that's all the news that's fit to print for today. So I ask you if you can find a wee bit on. My cursor's on the other page, not on that screen. What are you watching?
Well, I watched a documentary about the album cover Maestro's Hypnosis. I had to. God, what? I knew this.
Hypnosis. Yeah. Hypnosis. Those guys.
Yeah, they were friends with Pink Floyd, and they did their covers.
The cover of the guy in On Fire, Wish You Were Here, that kind of stuff. Yeah,
they did Peter Gabriel. They did.
They did the scratch and the car and the melt, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they did. They did all those ones.
I'll let you talk.
But I'll tell you what. See, trying to. I saw it advertised on Facebook, I think, so I clicked on the link, and then I was like, right, okay, I'll get it from, I don't know, Amazon, thinking I could stream it from Amazon, but I couldn't get it on Amazon for whatever reason. I don't know why it wasn't available, but anyway, I ended up having to rent it from the Sky Store, which was fine.
Video.
Which was fine, which was fine. Eventually got it, but I was like, in fact, it probably wasn't that bad. I was just panicking because I was like, I really want to watch this.
Yeah.
So anyway, I got to watch it, and it's fantastic. It's a great documentary about two guys. I didn't realize it's just two guys, Storm Thorgerson and Paul something. Just two guys that kind of opposites, but brilliant. One was a photographer. They were both actually photographers, but Storm was more of the ideas man and very, very difficult guy to work with. They were both friends with Pink Floyd right from the early days. That guy Paul lived across the stairs from Sid Barrett. So they knew them all really well and stuff, and they were there all the time. It's a great documentary. So creative, by the way. It got my creative juices flowing. Just so inspirational. They just stole things. That's what I do as well, really.
Yeah,
make stuff. Yeah, but they just pimped things up and made them better and overlaid things and they were told they kept getting called sort of tinkers because they were like, if one band didn't like an idea, they'd give it to another band, and it was like five rejects later. Then Paul McCartney got agreed to this kind of thing, and they'd pass it off as new work, but it wasn't really stuff. So absolutely brilliant stories and great, just a great documentary.
There's nothing wrong with. There's nothing. I mean, it's a design house. I mean, it's somebody's going to pick up. I mean, if it's not right for that, then it's like
a great idea is a great idea.
Yeah,
I mean, the scratch, even the Peter Gabriel scratch one, they'd used that in an advertising thing like a month before. I was like, "What about this, Peter?"
Brilliant.
He's like, "Yes, I love it." And then years later, he realised it was like a second-hand idea. So brilliant. Movie-wise, we watched Elemental, the new.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Oh.
You watched another documentary as well about a band up north.
Oh, this YouTube thing.
Yeah, but still, it's a documentary.
Did you watch that?
Yeah,
did you watch it as well?
Yeah.
How good is that documentary, by the way? That popped up in my stream somehow out of nowhere, and I was like, "This is like one of the best music documentaries I've ever seen."
So they don't make documentaries like that anymore.
No,
I watched one. We'll get back to the music one just a sec. I watched one, and it was about. I swear to God, this is true. It's a half hour, and it was a printing company. I can't remember what it was, but it was how that that feathered effect you used to get on the inside of books.
Yeah,
it was how they made that. Half an hour of how they made it, and it was like a family business, and it was like you basically get the water and you put it into the way that everybody does it, but no one does that technique anymore. But it was like how they made the inside of these jotters, and it was fascinating stuff. It was a great documentary. This is why the BBC needs money to make these.
That doesn't need money.
Need money.
No, but this music one was great. I can't remember what it's called. You'll get it on YouTube.
It's a band. What was the band called again?
It's a crap name for a band.
It was Jubilee or something. It wasn't like that, but it was. Yeah.
I can't remember. Then there's no point in talking about it. But we'll put it somewhere in a link somewhere. But it's like a band in the 70s, and they've all left their jobs, kind of thing. And it's the best band they've ever played in, and it's there's unintentional humour in the lines, and it's basically the British version of Spinal Tap, but it's real. That's all I can say. It really is that. I wasn't actually going to talk about that, to be honest with you, but it's only half.
It's a good documentary.
It's a brilliant documentary, and it was
Punch on the Road. It's
Punch.
Yeah. Punch on the Road, close up north, BBC documentary.
Mm-hmm.
If I did a search for it, and one of the guys that was in it, the Michael Jagger guy, I think he was
Michael Jagger.
Jagger, no.
I mean, you can't make it up.
I know.
Honestly.
Malcolm Jagger. Sorry, Malcolm Jagger. He actually appeared in the comments on this Facebook group talking about it.
Right.
And he said that basically the band imploded like less than a year later. Like he was one of the first ones to leave, and then the rest of them slowly kind of left each other.
Right.
But it's great because they talk about,
get it. Sorry, there's a giant spider. Oh my god, you're kidding, Evelyn. Oh my god. Kill it. Where is it?
It's just running towards you.
Last night, right, we were sitting watching telly. Get it?
Yeah.
Last night, right, we were watching telly, and this thing was right there. I was sitting watching TV, and I'm like, oh, quite the thing. It was like that. Oh, it was there. Just like, oh my god, look at that. And I'm like, oh god, what is it? And it was this spider the size of my hand.
Did you get a lot of these spiders?
At this time of year,
because of the rain.
What?
Beside each other?
You're kidding? It's big.
Jody's in panic mode
Both
now.
the same size.
Wait a minute, Evelyn. Right, this is a double. This is like. You want to see this?
Sure. Let's see what this thing looks like.
This is like Snakes in the City, but
I need to move my shoes away though.
if you move your shoes, though, it's gonna spook. Can you see the leg of it? It's gonna get spooked.
Oh my god! What the hell is that?
Do you see it?
That's huge.
You're not gonna get it that way.
That's
Good, you did.
that's
You would just.
Oh my god!
that one.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's on the bottom of my shoe.
They're gonna come in here and give me like
Don't do it that way.
game over.
Game over, man. That's a wee out there, by the way. That's not.
That's not a spider. Yeah, he's probably scurried off.
Where is it? Oh, it's there.
Oh, got him. Yeah, see him.
Sugar.
Oh no, he's moved.
You're not gonna get it like that. Did you get it?
No.
Oh man, it's under the
Oh
shoe.
no. You'll have to burn those shoes, Jody.
You ever seen Snakes in the City? That's good. It wasn't as big that one. I'm not bothered with that one.
Residence child.
Snakes in the City.
You've never seen Snakes in the City?
No.
It's a bit like that, but better.
You went full screen there, by the way. That was a big spider.
Woo! That first one. Well done, Evelyn.
You okay? Do you need to lie down now?
I think so.
For those of you listening on a podcast, you need to check out the video. 52 minutes in to the video.
Big domestic spider on the loose.
The big one.
Exciting stuff. So yeah, we're we're watching Elemental.
Oh, aye. Yeah.
Which is Pixar's kind of latest thing.
Yeah.
Best sleep I've ever had. Magic. Absolutely brilliant.
Oh dear. Was it bad?
It wasn't bad actually. The bits that I woke up for, I was maybe just tired, I think. But it was a little bit. I didn't think it was their best, I have to say.
Oh really? That's a shame.
But
yeah, it's a shame.
I can see why people might enjoy it, but
yeah, but not you.
Nah,
not people like you.
Not people like me.
Not people like you. It's not maybe it's not for you. These things happen, Jody.
No.
Yeah.
Although I could see, where they were coming from and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You saw what they were trying to do.
Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you what, though. There was certain. One is James.
Did you see? What? Did you see the spider? You too.
Evening. To me, to you. Evening, James.
The Chuckle Brothers.
There were certain scenes in it were photorealistic. I actually, at one point, was thinking I was watching a movie with animated aspects in it.
Yeah. Is that the end goal?
Elements. I don't think. Do you know? I want to see an animated film look like an animated film, though. I don't want to. I don't want to see a
Like the Lego movie was good for that. It was an animated film.
Aye. Spider-Verse, obviously.
As well.
I want to see something like that plays with the genre. I don't want to. It's like when I see a painting, I don't want to see I don't want to see a photograph. I want to see some of the essence of the artist in the work.
Strokes.
I don't want to just see what can be taken by a photograph and look the same. It's very clever. Very clever, but there's nothing of the artist in it.
Yeah.
To me, once you get to a certain stage.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to Pixar, and what has happened to Pixar?
I'll tell you what happened to Pixar. They got bought by Disney, and all the good people went from Pixar and became Disney Animation. That's what happened to Pixar.
Well, I'll tell you what else happened.
The company to be a shell of its former self.
Yeah,
that's my take.
But what's happened is they've been sold down the river by Bob Chapek. Wrong Bob. Well, when lockdown happened, they put them straight to streaming, which was great because everybody's at home and stuff. But then he did it at time and time again, and it was like, wait a minute,
that's because
certainly these cheap knockoff, little animated films, and they're not that. They're heartwarming and they're, so I don't know.
Disney Plus need content.
And by the way, I think I'm probably wrong about Elemental. I think it's probably a really good film. I think I was just in the wrong frame of mind,
Most films used to be banging. They were great. Incredibles.
Yeah.
Finding Nemo. Finding Dory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even some of the later stuff, Inside Out. I think there's an Inside Out 2 coming out this year or next year.
It's okay.
I like that. I liked Soul. It was really good.
Soul was good. Not a Christmas movie though. Terrible idea to release that on Christmas Day.
Not a Christmas movie. No,
a Christmas movie.
That was our Christmas movie that year. I think most people's. Well, it would have been. And it's
the woman that's in the actress that's in Thor Ragnarok, and she's in Soul as well. She plays this sort of investigator person. She's in Foundation.
Oh, I know who you mean. I can't remember her name.
New Zealand actress.
She's good. She's really good.
Yeah, she's really good.
She was in. She was also in The Inside Man. I think.
Was she?
She not?
I've not seen it.
No. What's this? I feel a TS4 started a downturn. TS4. Toy Story 4.
I like Toy Story 4 though. I liked it, but they should have made it. Toy Story 3 was a perfect ending to a perfect trilogy. Yeah. But we got Forky though.
We did, mm-hmm.
So
4 was probably not necessary, but it was still great. Yeah.
That bringing in Forky realized that if you bring in new characters, they have to be great characters. Because up to that point, I was just like, oh, okay, another new guy. But it made sense. Like the Forky thing made sense. The two guys that Key and Peele played, they were really good characters as well. The guys that are like conjoined, they're like stuck together.
Oh yeah, the ventriloquist dummies.
Yeah, like the prizes in the carnival. Those were great. The ventriloquist dummy guys, the prizes.
Right, and Bo Peep as well. Oh, right, the stuffed toys.
Yeah,
yeah, and Bo Peep was good as well.
Yeah, exactly.
A filled out kind of character. We have been watching. What else have we been watching? No, can't remember. No. We watched, but there's no point in saying it. But we watched the Alone episode 3.
Episode 3. I can't get it. I can't get episode 3. Can't find it anywhere.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh. That's odd.
So instead, I was watching Alone US Season 6. Which is, I think it's a couple of years old now. I've got to say, the caliber of the people that are on the US version is light years ahead of the UK one. The UK one is, I'm a chippy. I can stay in the forest.
And the US I know wood. I recognise wood when I see it.
and honestly, in the US ones, they're like setting traps, they're catching hair, they're like right. By the end of the first night, I swear to God, this is true. The end of the first night in the British one, I've managed to make my shelter, and it's the tarpaulin they get across a branch. Right, it's not a shelter. And the American one, they've got like stones as the first course, and then they've got logs.
Wow.
And then it's night and day.
Oh, I need to see it. I don't know if it's I don't know if I can see that here though.
It's on Netflix. I don't know whether they've got the worldwide rights for it, but certainly it's on in the UK.
That annoys me. So not everything that and your Netflix is in my Netflix.
I know.
That is quite annoying.
But not a sponsor. If you use NordVPN, which I've just discovered can now work on my Fire TV stick. So
is it free?
UK stuff. Yeah, that's how I watch Bull. Actually.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh right. Okay.
Well, it's not free. Sorry, it's like $5 a month or something. But anyway.
I'm not paying that.
Yeah. Okay. So I watched that. I've finished watching my yearly watch of Last Man on Earth. I'm so sad that show ended.
I love
the way
it.
did.
I love it so much. James, you should watch that. You'd like it. I love
every episode is just a classic, a stone cold classic.
Absolutely,
it's just the best.
We've been
the same as The Office, James. Every episode of The Office is a stone cold classic. Every episode of Last Man on Earth is a stone cold classic.
We've been rewatching The Good Place.
Oh, I need to go back and watch that. I finished watching that season 1. I was like, eh.
Well,
but apparently it apparently takes a really good turn. Season 2 or 3 or whatever it is.
Well, it does at the end because I don't want to spoil it.
I know what the spoiler is, but don't spoil it for anyone else.
Aye. So it does a bit of a kind of. I'm not spoil it, but anyway. Turns out I'd only ever seen a couple of episodes, so when I say rewatch it, it's on Disney Plus, James.
Yeah.
Last Man.
For free.
Last Man on Earth.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Last Man on Earth. Is that right?
Last Man on Earth. Yeah.
Yeah, really enjoying Good Place. Actually, it's really good. Really good.
Cool.
You go.
Foundation. We watched Foundation this week. Well, I say I watched Foundation because no one else in the family wants to have anything to do with it. Yeah, it's my kind of sci-fi, generational, just good old-fashioned sci-fi. Can't beat it. And then for movies this week, I watched 2 movies. I didn't watch that many movies this week, but I watched The Signal.
I told you about that.
Did you?
If it's the same thing I'm thinking of.
The Lawrence Fishburne, Olivia Cook.
No.
They're hackers, and they're going cross country.
No.
And then they find a signal, and the guy is like, "You guys are losers." And then he hacks into the camera, and they can see where they are and all that kind of stuff.
All right, no,
great premise, terrible execution. Meh is what I can say about that.
It's all coming back to me what I watched actually now. Tenacious D, the movie.
Oh, okay. Pick of Destiny.
I've never seen it before.
You never seen it?
None of us have seen it. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. It's so good. Yeah, songs are great, and just
the songs are fantastic.
It's just a lot of fun. Loved it. Brilliant. Sorry.
I can't remember it, but I remember it being a good time when I did watch it. It was a long time ago. And then the movie that we watched is the one I said to Anime about 4 weeks ago when it came out. I said, "Let's watch this," and she went, "No, I don't fancy that at all." And then on Friday, we're looking for a movie, and she goes, "Oh, this one looks really good." And I went, "What?" It was the one that I'd suggested 4 weeks ago. They cloned Tyrone with John Boyega, Tiona Paris,
Jamie Foxx.
and Jamie Foxx. Brilliant, really good. I will say though, it's a wee bit slow at the start,
right? Okay.
And so I'd give it a bit of a ding for that. But it's a great mix. It's comedy. So, but to be honest, she steals the show. She's fantastic in it.
Right.
Jamie Foxx is really good in it. John Boyega doesn't really get that many kind of like. It's a comedy, but he doesn't really get that many laughs because he plays the kind of straight man through it. It is great sci-fi. It is really good sci-fi. It's kind of like The End of the World and a bit of They Live.
Right. Okay.
In there.
Interesting.
They really did lean into the blaxploitation. Like it's filmed like it's a blaxploitation movie. At the end of the first reel, you see the one circle. At the end of the second reel, at the end of the second act, you see the two circles. At the end of the third, you see the three. It's great. And then the end of the picture does that kind of like wobbly thing where it doesn't quite get into the gate and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Great.
Oh, I need to watch that. Oh, it's on my list, but I've not watched it.
And it's a weird. You don't really know what time zone it's in to start with, because like he's driving some Pontiac. It's like a kind of like two-door coupe thing, but then they start talking about cryptocurrency, and then they mention a couple of movies, and you're going like, oh wait, it's set in the present day, but all the phones they've got are all like old Motorola flip phones and things, so it's all kind of all over the place time-wise. Brilliant. It's really good. Really good. Recommend it.
Nice one.
Yeah.
I just quickly, just before we go, which I need to, but we watched a film called Corner Office. It's John Hamm. It's a guy from Mythic Quest as well in it. One of the dudes in Mythic Quest. It starts off as a great premise, loses its way, and then falls off a cliff. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Not Good Omens 2 then.
It should have been a Black Mirror episode.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, also with John Hamm. Anyway, let's go before Jody
close the gasket.
Floats. If you got this far, you want time reminders when I put something up, hit the subscribe button, notification bell, and thank you very much everyone for watching, especially those of you who joined us live. We appreciate all of that. Smash the like button and share as well on social medias, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.